This is a recipe for disaster.
Recipe.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Recipe.
Recipe.
This is a recipe.
Recipe. Oh God, Ruby. I got really nervous on my way here because I was like, I've run out of things to talk about.
No, literally, that's my biggest fear.
I actually get nervous.
Like, what if we just...
Because it's not planned. Like, we don't know what we're going to say. So I'm like, what if I just sit there in silence? Like, I forget.
What if we just don't...
What happens when we run out of stories? We'll end the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it's not today.
But it is the 13th episode, and 13 is...
Unlucky. Why am I anxious? Why am I anxious?
What have I done? What have I done? Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome.
We missed you.
Yeah. Sounded so ungenuine. Welcome to unlucky number 13.
13.
It's 13, love.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Hyper Talkative Podcast.
Welcome.
That's it. That's the episode.
All right.
Goodbye.
I'm generating a word now.
Roasted. Ooh, we can talk about some good roasts.
Yeah. I get roasted a lot.
You do. You're roastable.
I'm a very easy victim.
You're like
if
vegetables.
You will. I'm
easy to roast.
Wow. You're proud of that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
I am very gullible. It's okay though because I'm self-aware.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that makes it worse because like if you know you're gullible and someone's telling you something, Georgia, like you think you'd be like, they're lying. You're gullible, but
you just
it
believe
is.
It.
Yes,
I'm the same way.
We are similar in that way.
A lot of people roast me by telling me that I'm like Candace from Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, which I don't.
You know, is it a roast?
I don't.
Is it a roast?
No, she's an icon. But I don't think they only say that because I don't know why.
I don't know either. I don't have brothers that I'm trying to bust,
and you don't have red hair,
and I'm not.
You're not like.
I'm not annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I am, but I'm not like that annoying.
Maybe you just like similar energy.
I think it's also like the way I talk sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like a higher pitched voice that.
Ugh.
I don't know.
I know I've
Do
been
you have
roasted.
squirrels in your pants?
Yeah. That's it. That's why.
Oh, geez. I'm trying to think.
I definitely have some really like hard like roasts that like stuck with me.
The only thing is like my friend group at school, they love
our friend group.
Yeah, you're in it. They love to pick on me. They love it, and you've witnessed it. The first time I met AJ, he tried to tell me he told me he had a twin brother, which I had just met him. How would I know if he was lying or not? But apparently, like, we were talking about twins in the conversation, and then AJ was like, I have a twin brother. Apparently, it was really obvious that he had lied, but I didn't think so. And I was so angry because AJ was like, I have a twin brother, and he like pulled up pictures, which they were just pictures of him. So I am an idiot. Like, it wasn't like him and his twin brother. It was just pictures of him. He's like, this is my brother at prom. But it was him at prom, which I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? I asked for a picture of them together, and he was like, he doesn't photograph well, or like he hates taking pictures of me. Some really bad excuse that I had believed, and it
was just pictures of him.
I was like doubting it a little bit, but the thing is, I start to feel bad. I'm like, oh, but what if he's telling the truth? And I was like doubting it, and he was like, that's actually like really rude. And he was like, he goes to this school in Colorado. And I like went around the table and I looked each of my friends in the eyes, including my best friend, Jessica Marie Hedrick. I looked and I said, is he lying? And like Michael was like, I honestly don't know, Georgia. And everyone was like, no, he's not lying. Like, he has a twin. He was lying. We got back to the dorm. I'm sitting in the floor of our common area, and I had brought up, I was like, Jess, does AJ actually have a twin brother? Because like that's kind of cool. And she was like, no. And I was like, excuse me? And she was like, he was lying, Georgia. It was pretty obvious. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding me.
And so then I, of course, made a scene, and
Of course.
Jess and I actually we pulled a prank on John, because John is always pulling pranks on me. I was like, Jess texted John and was like, Georgia's really mad. Like, she found out that AJ doesn't have a twin, and she's like actually upset. She went into her room and shut the door, which I didn't do. You know, I'm just being silly. And then he was like, okay, like, did you try like knocking on the door? Like, he was actually like giving Jess tips to do. Meanwhile, it's like her and I sitting on her bed being like, hee.
Yeah.
And he ended up coming over and he like knocked on my door and I didn't respond. And then I turned on a speaker and I played this song from iCarly that Spencer played when he was pranking everyone. It's an all-night party that we're getting in. And I went and I danced in his face.
Right,
and I had a party hat and I put it on him and it was like a...
That's funny.
Like a dunce.
I'm like
dunce, whatever.
Notorious for doing like kind of like mean pranks. Not like pranks, but like I'll just like tell people things that aren't true.
That's really scary to hear. As
only usually on April Fools.
Okay.
Only usually on April Fools.
Okay.
In when was it? Middle school, like 8th grade, I think. Maybe freshman year. I think it was 8th grade. I was in math class and me and my friend, like, we were friends with this guy named Michael. And like, you know, he was a little...
Did you have a crush on Michael?
Oh, I did, I think. But I was going to
Oh.
say he was a little, not the sharpest knife in the drawer sometimes.
Hey, I relate. It's okay. I see you, Michael.
She stands with you. And I was like, I'm going to prank him because it's April 1st.
Aww.
And I walked in and I told him that my dog died. I was like, yeah, Michael, like, I'm just like really upset because like my dog died today. And I started fake crying.
Oh my.
And he was like,
that's too far.
He was like, oh my God. And I was going to tell him it was a prank, but then we were doing word problems and one of the word problems was about a dog. And I read it and I was like, the dog.
Ruby.
And I started crying.
You are evil.
I also like always used to tell people that I was moving like states. Like,
why?
I go to my friends' April Fools and be like, yeah, guys, like, I'm moving to Kentucky.
Why?
Just because it was funny.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Now that I'm, like, listening to it back.
You kind of sound a little bit psycho, but hey, that's all right.
I haven't done it in a while.
She's going to bring it back now.
I am. Look out on April 1st, everyone.
We have... what month is it?
July. We have a while.
A while to prepare.
But just be ready, everyone, because I'm pulling out the big guns this year. I'm going to talk about moving to across the country or something.
And no one's going to believe you because you're saying it right now.
You never know. They'll forget by then.
Will they?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Check back on April 1st,
That'll be 1 year of Hyper Talkative.
Oh, that's so cute. I always get like backhanded roasts though, especially from like my grandma.
Oh, I say less because same. What does your grandma say to you?
Well, I love my grandma. Let me just put that out there. If my mom's listening to this, I'm not being mean to grandma. But like sometimes, and like it's just because of like the generational thing, you know? Like she's not trying to be mean to me, but sometimes she'll make backhanded comments, especially about my weight. Like I'm skinny.
Yeah.
And like
oh yeah.
Yeah. And like when she was here over Christmas, she just kept making comments like, if you get any lighter, you'll blow away in the wind. And I was like, I'm like finally comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
But then she like asked me how much I weighed and she was on the phone with her friend and I told her and she was like, really that much? And I was like, what?
So then she like took it back.
I know.
Grandma,
it's
please.
Like backhanded roast like that. Doesn't your grandma hate you?
No, she doesn't hate me.
Have we talked about this on here or was that off the record?
It was off the record.
Okay.
She's not she's not a big...
She's not the most affectionate.
Yes, and she's not a big bundle of joy. We have clashing personalities,
but
if you will.
that's okay.
Like I'm very like, and she's more like, you know, like that's... But no hate, love her. Yeah. Her and my grandpa. Shout out.
My grandma's also a prankster. That's where I get it from. Bro, she'll say stuff and you don't know if she's joking or not. Right. And like she'll just say some out-of-pocket stuff.
That's the power they hold.
It really is.
They're so old that they can kind of get away with whatever they want.
They really can. Mm-hmm. They really... oh my gosh. So I was visiting Mimi the other day.
Oh, I love her.
I love Mimi.
We love Mimi on this podcast.
And there's this lady there that like just doesn't talk to anyone.
Me.
Which,
Actually
like,
me.
same.
Actually
But
me.
the one time we were like sitting outside and she was like going for a walk around with her walker, and we were like, I was like, aw, like,
Hey.
and she walked over to us
Oh,
and
God.
just stood there, and I was like, hey, and she just stood there and stared at us for like 10 minutes. Not
Me.
10 minutes, like
Actually
2 minutes.
me.
And then just turned around and kept walking. And I
That's
was
me.
like,
She was just observing.
I was like, that's
okay?
good from a close
Yeah.
perspective, but that's fine, you know. Wow.
I thought of a roast
Oh,
that I get a lot.
what? Oh, I know what it is.
People think I'm 13.
Oh,
And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, do they actually think you're 13 or are you young? I will have you guys know it's 13. Consistently, now twice, it has been 13.
consistently twice.
The first... But it's weird that it happens twice. Like,
It's
that's...
like that sound that's like, if
The
I had a nickel
Doofenshmirtz,
for every
yeah.
time it happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's
weird that it happened twice. Like,
yeah.
for picking a specific age, like, that's weird. Anyways, the first time it happened, I was out to dinner for my sister-in-law Kelsey's birthday.
Shout out Kelsey.
Shout out Kelsey. We went to Hershey and we went to the Chocolatier, which is like the restaurant that's attached to Hershey Park. And I remember her name. Her name was Joanne with an E at the end. Joanne from the Chocolatier. If you're watching this or listening to this, count your days. Count your days. Anyways.
Is that legal to say?
Yeah, she's not going to listen to it.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. We're not actually threatening
I'm not
Joanne.
actually threatening you,
Disclaimer.
Joanne.
Disclaimer.
I love you.
I just want to make sure that we don't get, like, flagged.
You were really fun.
Anyways, back to
Until
your
you
story.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so we're sitting there and we were ordering and I had started speaking and she was taken aback. She was like, whoa! And I was like, and she was like, I would not have expected you to sound like that. And she was like, and I thought you were going to order off the kids menu. And I was like, and she was like, yeah. She was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 19. And I'm 20 now also, just saying. But I was like, I'm 19. And she was like, really? I would have thought you were at least 13.
I just don't get it.
And I was like, but keep in mind, I'm dressed up like I was in this nice black dress.
Makeup.
I had these earrings in.
Even when you aren't dressed up, you don't look 13.
Yes, because I'm tall.
Yeah.
I'm taller for girls. I'm 5'8". Like,
yeah.
I have long legs. Like, huh? And then it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. She goes, my sister orders. She's sitting next to me, and she's taken aback again. And she goes, whoa, I would have expected you, and points to me, to have her voice and her to have your voice. So she starts insulting my lower voice. And I was like,
Yeah, what?
Joanne, you're not getting a tip. You're not getting a tip. And it was funny because, like, my sister-in-law's mom, Joanne, which is funny because they're both named Joanne. But
with
Kelsey's,
an E or without an E?
Without an E.
Okay, with Joanne without an E, yeah.
Kelsey's mom was there, and she always loves to, like, pick on me and stuff. So we were all, like, laughing, and it was funny. But deep down, I was like, you think I'm 13.
Yeah,
and
that hurts.
It's not even... I understand I do have a young face. I do get that. And you know what? It's nice because in a couple years, you all are going to have wrinkles, and I'm going to look like I'm fresh out of high school.
So true.
But
So
you
true.
could just be like, you look young for your age, or you look younger.
You're
not
13?
Yeah. Don't give me a specific age. Just be like, oh, how old are you? Oh, okay. Like, you just look young. Leave it at that. Don't insult my voice too.
Yeah.
So that happens, and I think about it for weeks. Really keeps me up at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm in Florida. And the best part about this story is it's right around my birthday. And
She's
so
turning 20 people.
I went to Florida. This was a couple weeks ago. I went to Florida with my brother Alex and Kelsey, and then Kelsey's brother Hunter. Shout out Hunter.
Shout out Hunter.
He was the one that got me my Instagram back. Anyways, and also Kelsey's mom was there. So I was with Kelsey's family because her grandma has a house down there.
Kelsey's grandma.
Mima, shout out.
Hey, Mima.
Anyways.
Lots of grandmas in this episode.
I know.
I love it.
Love your
the
grandmas. So, anyways, we had gone to an escape room, and it was just me, Alex, Kelsey, and Hunter. And we were sitting in the waiting room, waiting for, like, our instructor to come through. And there was another family who was also waiting for their escape room, and we were just sitting. And then our instructor came out and was like, hey guys, you ready to escape the room? We were like, yeah. And then he was like, before I start, like, are you guys celebrating anything? And Hunter is funny, and he was like, oh, we're celebrating her 16th birthday. And we were all laughing. I was like, ha. And I was like, no, I think I just turned 20 actually, but that's not what we're celebrating. The family that was sitting next to us, who was not even involved in the conversation. I heard the mother go, I would have thought you were at least 13.
What?
And I was like,
oh my God. Mind
You've
your own
gotta
damn
be kidding
business,
me.
family.
You've got to be kidding
Mind
me.
your own damn
Why
business.
is it 13? Why is that my stable age?
You don't even look 13.
I can understand 17. I think 17, if I were to pin myself to an age, I think I look 17.
Yeah.
But 13, that is 8th grade, maybe 7th. You think I'm a middle schooler?
No,
I think I dress pretty maturely. I'm wearing a sweater vest right now. I dress like an old man.
You dress like an 80-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah. Respectfully.
But
people used to say the same about me.
Yeah.
Like all the time growing up. They always thought I was younger.
yes.
Now people think that
Because you cut your hair.
Yeah, it is the short hair.
You
now.
have your short hair. That makes you look a lot older.
People now have been saying, like, they think I'm a couple years older than I am.
Yeah.
Like 23, 24.
That's
I get
good.
a lot, which I'm like, oh.
Maybe I'll get that
But
in a
also,
couple
like, I
years.
still do have a baby face, so it's the same thing. Like, when
Yeah.
everyone else is old and wrinkly, like,
Yes.
we're going to be looking so fresh and youthful.
And that's how Tom Holland is.
Exactly.
If you look at that, like I've seen so many interviews of him being like, people would make fun of him in high school because he looked so young, whatever. And now,
and look at him now.
he is the hottest he's
He'll be
ever
able to
been.
play high school age
Dating Zendaya.
characters
Yes.
until he's
Yes.
40.
Yes.
So what about
Meanwhile,
it?
people are dying off at 40. You know,
Yeah.
that's just society today.
Yeah.
Was that too far?
That was a little
I'm
painful.
sorry. I need to reel it back in, if you will. But it was also funny because when we were in the escape room, like, have you done an escape room before?
Once,
Yeah.
years ago.
They're fun.
They are fun.
I had never done
We
one.
should do one sometime.
We would be ass. You would do everything and I would lay on the floor.
Yeah.
But the one we did was like scary too.
Oh, no.
So I was like actually scared.
I would
you're
not
in,
do a
like,
scary one.
It was scary.
I would not do a scary one. I do like a fun, like themed, like Friends themed.
We
or something.
did. We did a Scooby Doo one the next day, and it was very fun.
Oh, that's fun.
But
you did multiple.
When you're in an escape room, yeah, Alex and Kelsey,
They go hard in
they're
escape room.
sluts for escape rooms.
I can tell.
But when you're in the escape room, if you've never done one, there's like a TV there or like some sort of screen that like gives you hints. And like there's someone stalking you while you do it. It's kind of like that one show.
Yeah. The worker watches you, not stalks you. They observe you in it.
It's their job to do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's not just
sorry
somebody,
sorry if that came out wrong.
Misinformation.
What's that one show where they
Impractical Jokers?
Yeah, it's just like that.
I knew.
And so there's cameras in there and they're like watching you to make sure because you only have like an hour to do it. And so there's a guy watching us and we were really, really slow at first. Like we were doing bad. And I was walking around singing Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. And I was like, if only could I make a deal with God. And then the guy wrote the rest of the lyrics on the screen and it was so funny.
That's fun.
He also kept picking on Hunter, which was just really funny because it's funny to pick on Hunter.
You know what? It's nice when people have fun and enjoy their jobs.
Yes.
And like you can tell. Because
and you can tell. Like it comes through.
Yeah.
Yes.
As somebody who's worked so many shitty jobs, like it's hard
absolutely
to put that good foot forward.
Yes.
I used to work
especially
in an
in
arcade.
like retail and stuff like that.
It was
you
a
worked in
retail
an arcade?
store / arcade. Like it was at this big sports complex and they had a retail store and they
was
also
that
had
Spooky
an arcade.
Nook?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was hired, like the retail store employees also had to work arcade. Like you would get put in either one.
Mm-hmm.
I hated working the arcade.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting.
It's an arcade.
It's an arcade.
They're so grimy.
It's so gross. Gross kids. I have so many tales from that arcade. So many tales.
I thought
from
you meant
it.
like animal tales.
No,
and I was like, where?
No. Stories. I
Right.
have so many stories.
TALES, not
yes.
ILS.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. But like people got rude in there. I was cursed out
Are
by
you serious?
parents.
At an arcade?
Here's what would happen. You go for the tournament. Your little kids are getting bored while their brother or sister's playing basketball all day. Yeah, so
It
what? I'm a
happens.
dance sister. I understand the boredom that comes with tournaments and competitions.
Yep.
But you go into the arcade, and, you know, it's not my fault that half the games are broken.
Yeah. You don't run the
I'm
freaking
a 16,
arcade.
17-year-old
Right.
employee. I'm not, what was his name? Ward. Ward hated everybody that worked there except for me.
His name was Ward?
It was Eduardo, but he went by Ward.
Okay.
And he only liked me.
Aww.
And he would come in when I was working and just talk shit on everyone else to me and then give me candy. Not in a sus way.
Right.
Not in a sus way. I'm still alive. Maybe a little sus way. But anyways.
She is still
I'm
alive.
alive.
Can confirm.
Yeah. But literally, anyways, so a lot of the games like didn't work. You know, Ward had a full-time job somewhere else. We can expect him to fix everything.
Right.
Some things
And
you gotta wait for parts.
Even he
stuff.
probably doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like it's
And these parents would come in to the little like gift shop kind of area where you like redeem your tickets.
Yeah.
And would be screaming at me like, my kid doesn't have enough for the bouncy ball. What the fuck? It's not our fucking fault that all the games are
serious?
broken. I was like, first off, you can go to the dollar store and get like 50
all
of these bouncy
prizes.
balls.
All of these
All of these prizes are cheap from China. You're not missing out.
Yeah.
You are spending way more money trying to play games to win tickets.
And that's what the media doesn't want you to see.
Exactly. And second off, it's not my fault your kids fucking suck at arcade games.
Literally.
Like, if they can't win enough tickets at skee ball.
How is that your problem?
Exactly.
Like, what do you want? Like,
they just like to take it out on someone, and that someone was me. It was
I am so
crazy.
sorry.
Also, during tournaments, basketball teams would like camp out in the arcade, and like, you're not allowed to do that because obviously it's like where people are supposed to be playing games. Like, we have locker rooms and like hallways for them to camp out in. And I did love this part. I if you guys don't know me, I'm very confrontational. You know, I like being assertive sometimes. I like showing authority.
And what about it?
What about it? So I'd walk up there with my Nook
inspiring.
badge. I'd walk right up to these teams. I'd tap them on the shoulder, wake them up. I'd say, hello. Yeah, you're actually not allowed to camp out in here. We have hallways for that. If you don't get out in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to call security.
Oh, shit.
And I would. I've called security. Also,
and she'd do it again.
I would. They would leave their mouth guards in there. I'd have to pick.
Ew,
Ugh, so gross.
Ew.
Also, when kids would cheat, it was like my field day.
If there's one thing that Ruby Mundock loves more than confrontation, it's rules. It is rules.
And it's also when kids break rules and I get to yell at them.
Yes. Yes.
Move aside, little kids. There were these kids that were cheating at skee ball.
How do you cheat at skee ball?
They would like walk right up to the side and like stick it in like the 50.
Wait, that's
100.
kind of smart.
No, don't do it. I will ridicule you. We won't be friends anymore. But anyways, I walked up to these kids and I said, kids, if I see you cheat one more time, I'm taking your game card and shredding it and I'm kicking you out.
That's a bit harsh.
They didn't cheat anymore.
That is a bit shredding
But
it.
you know what I did?
You gave them the image.
You know what I did? I cheated.
What?
All the time, I would go, skee ball is broken. I have to replace the balls. I would open it up, get all the balls to come down, and then play for free. Also, this is so, you know what?
You are so
This
evil.
company is such an awful company that I don't even care about like stealing their money pretty much. Which I actually didn't steal their money. I did have 3 coworkers who stole $1,000 respectively each from the company and got fired.
You know what? Respect the hustle.
Yeah. And then one that got fired for sexual harassment. But
you got fired?
not me.
Oh.
Another coworker.
Oh.
A lot of bad managers.
No respect anymore.
No. But anyways, when kids would like come in to get their prizes, then when they were done, they would like leave me their game cards, and a lot of times there would be like points or credits left on the cards, and you could combine them all into like a MasterCard. I need to find it. I guarantee you I still have this MasterCard with like thousands of credits on it, like hundreds of dollars. No, because then COVID happened.
We should go.
Let's go.
I
didn't want to go to an arcade during COVID.
Yeah, that's
like
the worst place
idea
to be.
ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's already disgusting, but especially during a pandemic.
Yeah.
But so many fun times. I love taking my job too seriously. Like stupid like retail jobs and being authoritative.
I can't stand it when people are rude to people.
No.
Especially in like a workplace setting, because at the end of the day, we're no different.
No.
We're both human beings. I learned this job and I know things about it, but not any more than you.
No, and also like having worked in retail and dealing with some very awful customers, like anytime I go shopping now,
extra kindness.
Unless they're like outwardly bitchy to me, then I'm like, okay, I can deal it back. But like, there's no reason. Especially people that are rude to like waiters and stuff.
Yes, that makes me upset. That makes me like not tipping. I don't care.
I don't care how
what
bad it
kind
is.
of service
I will
you have.
tip 20%.
Yes.
15
that's their
if it's
job.
like really,
that's their
really
life.
bad.
Like,
especially because they make like $2.
Yes.
And they rely on tips.
Yes.
Like,
it's just you're just being rude.
It's just called being a decent human being.
Yes.
To treat everybody with respect.
It's not that hard.
It's really not. And like,
maybe baby, we can.
Is that the Harry
Yeah, I'm so pitchy. Did you say Harry Potter? I didn't know Harry Potter made music. How are you with roller skating? Because my arcade in my hometown had a roller skating rink.
I'm so bad.
And yes.
I have no balance. Are you surprised?
No, because I'm the same way.
No.
And I had a feeling that you would also.
So there's a roller rink near us called the Castle Roller Rink.
Iconic.
And it was like the big place.
The place
in,
to be. The place to be.
Late.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that. Can everyone forget, please?
Late elementary school into high school. No, late elementary school into middle school.
Late elementary school into high school. What a gap there.
No.
What a gap.
Late elementary school into middle school. It was like the place because when you went in, you would put in like your name and you would enter to win like a 50-person skating party.
Oh.
And like everybody at my school, because if 50 kids from our school came and they all submitted that, another person was bound to get it.
Yeah.
And then you would send out more invitations. Like I've had one.
Really?
Yeah, like tons of my friends had them. So we would all just kind of like be rotating through having these like
so
50-person skating parties.
Yeah.
And everyone would get like free like skating and stuff.
Hey.
It was fun. I just am ass at skating. And I tried like the 4, I could do it after a while, like the 4 wheels. Rollerblading, no, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Same
it's
as
like ice skating.
How does it work?
How do
blades do that?
Yeah.
I will never.
I have a story of me falling on my ass when I was roller skating and when I was ice skating. 2 separate occasions.
Okay.
I went through a roller skating phase out of quarantine.
Who didn't?
Summer of 2020. I saw that girl on TikTok who roller skated to ABBA music, and I was like, that's me. I can do that.
Except you couldn't roller skate.
No, you can't, Georgia. You are one of the clumsiest persons. Like, what do you...
Yeah.
But anyways, I got roller skates for my birthday, and I would go roller skating at this park by my house, and I would make my sister come with me so I could hold on to her. And I was getting...
Poor Emily.
I know. She was just...
Poor Emily. She didn't deserve that.
I make her do so much shit. God bless you, Emily. I love you. But we were roller skating, and we got to the point where I was roller skating on my own. She let me go.
Oh.
I think she was walking Lando, and I fell on my ass. I lost my balance, and I fell on my ass, and I fell on my left butt cheek, and I was in so much pain. And I like took them off, and I walked home, and I didn't roller skate ever since then. But I had a giant bruise on my left butt cheek. Like, it was around the time of my birthday because I got them for my birthday. Yeah. I had my friends over and I was like, guys, look at my bruise. And I showed them and they were like, what? Like, it was huge. And then the one day it just disappeared. Like, I looked at it every day because I took progress pictures, but I cut like my butt out of it. So I wasn't taking nudes. Don't get that out of your head. Okay.
Georgia's just taking butt pics.
And then the one day I went to look and it was not there. And I was like this was the size of a large rock.
Like a lemon.
Yes. It was huge. I was like, okay. So.
And then it just went away? Interesting. I wonder where it went.
I know. It just disappeared. And then one time I was ice skating in New York at...
Oh, like the classic like Christmas.
It wasn't at Rockefeller, but it was at Bryant Park, which is another park. We were skating and it was me and my friend Ed. We had gone on a trip for our like fall play, like our not the musical, but like the fall play, like the theater group, I guess.
Play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what a play is.
And I don't know. And so we were ice skating and there was someone there with a news camera and he was like standing outside the ice and he was like talking with a mic and Ed and I were being annoying and we were trying to get in the background.
Of course.
But I slipped and fell on my ass. Right in the line of the camera. And Ruby, for weeks, I was looking up like New York news, trying to see if I could find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. But somewhere out there, some reporter guy was reporting live from Bryant Park, and I'm in the background on my ass.
Somebody, we will pay you to find that.
We actually will.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
I've been to New York around Christmas time. It was awful.
Bad experience.
It was awful.
You've only been twice?
Twice, and both were shitty.
Yeah.
I went with a bunch of friends from school my freshman year of college, and like, I am very like type A, organized. I need to have a plan, especially on trips. You're
literally my sister. You're literally my sister.
Or else I'll like get so stressed out and like anxious.
Valid, yeah.
Especially in New York City at Christmas time.
Yes. It's busy. You have to know what you're doing. Yeah.
And the group of people I was with were not like that.
Which is okay.
You know, it's okay to not be like that, but when you're with me, you have to be like me.
Yes, yep.
And we took a bus up, and we got there, and we meet up. And of course, we're in like fucking Times Square or something, which I can't.
That's your first mistake.
I know. That's when the bus dropped us off.
Right.
And we're like, okay, what do we do now? And we were like walking around a little. We went inside, like the big Macy's, obviously, which that's the one thing I wanted to see. So at least I got to do that because, you know, I like Macy's and it's iconic. What about it? And then they're like, okay, we're hungry. Like, let's go get some food. And I'm like, okay. Mind you, it's a Saturday, probably a week or two before Christmas in New York City.
Yep.
They go, let's go to the Sugar Factory. Which is like one of those big like touristy places.
Yeah, and it's so
no
expensive.
reservation. I'm like, this is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
This is a recipe for disaster.
Recipe.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Recipe.
Recipe.
This is a recipe.
Recipe. You say recipe.
I've never.
Recipe.
Yeah.
Recipe.
I know. This is a recipe. Oh my God. I've never noticed that before.
It's okay.
I also say green beans weird.
Green beans.
I emphasize beans.
I like
green.
that.
Thank you.
Everyone
People
should do
make
that.
fun of me.
I won't.
Thank you. So we want to go to Sugar Factory. Well, they did. I was just like starving, hangry, upset. And they're like, okay, let's walk. Fucking like 3 miles
to the Sugar
through the
Factory.
cold city up to Sugar Factory. We're hungry. We're all annoyed. 2 of our friends stop somewhere to play basketball. We lose them. Who cares? I don't know. I don't know where they got a basketball. Now that I think about it.
Maybe they had.
I don't know. We get to the Sugar Factory. We walk in. Packed, of course.
Yeah.
Go up.
Tourist spot.
Hey, can we get a table? Whatever. Our next reservation, or next open seat, 9:30 p.m.
And what time? That was like lunchtime.
This was like lunchtime.
Bruh.
I was like, guys, why did you think we'd be able to get into this restaurant with no reservation on Saturday before Christmas in New York City? What the heck? So then we've just walked like 3 miles. We don't know where we are.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, you know, we'll be New Yorkers. And
I'm walking here.
yeah, we're like, let's take the subway back to Times Square.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
We get on the subway. Homeless men, of course. But this one man right next to me starts like yelling, screaming. I don't even remember what he was screaming about, but he was screaming about some really crazy story about how his mom like killed herself or something like that.
They love to just talk.
Okay, I'm scared.
Yeah.
As a woman.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. We finally get off. We're like, where do we eat? Where do we eat? End up at Shake Shack.
Fave.
Which, like, I love Shake Shack.
And
at that point, I was like, I'll eat anything.
You're in the city,
but
and
like,
you're
you know, we want to get a little fun.
Yeah.
We get our food. It's packed, of course. Again, my friend finds a bug in her burger.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
After that, I was just like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
I just want to go home. But like, the bus was coming at a certain time, so we had
so
like all day to kill.
Oh, jeez.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I got to see the Gossip Girl Hotel, so that was fun.
Did you see the Christmas tree?
I saw the Christmas tree. I saw the lights, and it was Frozen themed.
Oh.
They did like Frozen songs. Like, that was fun. But at what cost?
At what cost?
At what
I'm sorry
cost?
you had a bad experience.
I'm going to make it up. We're going to have a good experience
we'll
someday,
go see
but
Emily.
Yeah.
My sister lives in Brooklyn, so I've been to New York a lot. You know.
I felt like that was accurate for Brooklyn.
She's doing the finger guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm from Brooklyn. I'm walking here.
From Brooklyn.
I think that was pretty good.
That was.
Realistic.
I feel like as an Italian, I
there we go.
just really thrive in New York.
It always comes back to that. You're a native New Yorker.
In New York.
Concrete jungle, wet dreams, tomato.
Wait, wet dream tomato?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the lyric.
Anyways. All right.
We started with Roasted.
Roasted.
And we ended with New York.
New York. Aw.
Aw.
What a fun episode.
That was good.
That was. Now that we said roasted again, I really want marshmallows. Like roasted marshmallows.
I think of peanuts. Like roasted peanuts. Like the one at Hershey.
Honey roasted.
Yeah, they smell good at Hershey Park.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Literally roasted any food. I'm just hungry.
Maybe we'll go get them. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. We hope that you enjoyed hearing us ramble.
Yes.
We hope this wasn't a recipe for disaster.
Recipe. But follow us on social media. Stay up to date. Instagram at Hyper Talkative Podcast. Same with TikTok. Twitter is at Hyper Talkative. And of course, we have our website, www.hypertalkativepodcast.com. And we have a link tree. So just go there for everything.
It's in all of our bios. You'll find everything there. As always, peace be with you.
And with you, Ruby.
Thank you.
Hyper Talkative Podcast is brought to you by us. Just us.
Unless you want to sponsor us. Wink, wink.
Hyper Talkative is recorded at the Candy Factory Co-working and Social Club in downtown Lancaster.
Our theme music was done by help from Johnny Jed Music, and the show is recorded, edited, and published by Georgea Hall and Ruby Murdoch.